All right, guys, we are in our reading and grammar. We're going to do our grammar lesson. So if you will turn, we just finished with the plural nouns. So be on that page open, and we might need to be writing some things down. Let's watch our slideshow and see. All right. All right. So now this week we're going to talk about irregular plural nouns. Those are not regular plural nouns. A plural noun is more than one person, place, or thing. So that's what we did last week. We talked about regular plural nouns, adding an S, adding an ES, sometimes dropping the Y and making it IES, sometimes changing the F to a VES. So those are regular. They're considered common ones. They're regular ones. We're going to review. So most nouns are made plural by adding an, what is it, guys? Adding an S. If a noun ends in the letters S, CH, SH, X, or Z, you add ES. Okay. If a noun ends in a consonant and then a Y, it has to be the consonant and then a Y, you change the Y to an I and you add ES. And then the last one, if a noun, let me move that out of the way. If a noun ends in F or FE, we drop the F or FE and we add VES. So that's just a review from last week. You can simply turn in your notebook and you'll see all of those things right there because we wrote those last week. All right. Let's go to the next one. Not every noun knows how to follow the rules. These nouns are called irregular plural nouns. They don't know how to follow the rules. Oh my goodness. So we're going to go ahead and start learning about these irregular plural nouns. To make an irregular noun plural, you usually have to change the spelling. All right, we're going to copy that down. So I'm going to take it over here to my notebook. I'm going to write at the top, irregular plural nouns. We're just going to copy everything. The only thing you don't have to, well, no, let's write it all. I was going to say you don't have to write the example, but I think that will help. So, to make an irregular noun plural, you usually have to change the spelling. Please get this written down because we're going to, at the end, we're going to look at my book and make sure you have everything in there. Oops. And Mrs. Martinez made a little spelling error there. Child becomes children. Okay. All right. If you need more time to copy this down, please push pause now because I'm going to move on to the next slide. I'd rather you get all of this written down and then come to the next slide when you're finished. Here are some more examples. Tooth changes to teeth, and goose changes to geese, and cactus changes to cacti, and person changes to people, and die, as in one die for a game, changes to dice. Okay. So I'm going to write this in my notebook, and then we'll talk about it at the end. All right. So now you try. So I want you to write on your paper, man becomes, what does man become? Oops, not that one. Foot becomes, and mouse becomes what? Mice. More than one man is men, more than one foot is feet, and more than one mouse is mice. So I'm going to go through the slideshow, and then I'm going to put the camera on my notebook so you can make sure you have everything written down. Some irregular nouns don't change at all when you make them plural. Okay, so that's what you need to write next. So that first one was rule 1. The second one, rule 2. Some irregular plural nouns don't change at all when you make them plural. Like moose stays as moose. You can see one moose or you can see many moose. Here are some more examples. Pants stay as pants. Fish, one fish or many fish. One pair of scissors or many pairs of scissors. One deer or many deer. One sheep or many sheep. Now in my book, I have to change the page. I'm going to copy these down, and then you can see my notebook when we get to the camera. Okay. Why do we call these nouns irregular? The beginning of irregular means not. So, because they're not regular nouns. They're not regular plural nouns. Come back here to where I was talking to you. All right, so we're going to go to the camera so that you can see my book. Let me close all this stuff. Kind of all over the place. I'm sorry. Hang in there with me. Persevere with me, please. Okay. So in your notebook, you have irregular plural nouns. To make an irregular noun plural, you usually have to change the spelling. Usually. Like child becomes children. Tooth becomes teeth. Goose becomes geese. Cactus becomes cacti. Person becomes people. And die becomes dice. Okay, continuing, man becomes men. Foot becomes feet. And mouse becomes mice. All right, make sure to pause this video if you need to get all of this written down. I'm pretty sure you're going to need to pause it. Sorry, that was my reminder. We're already ahead of schedule. All right, number 2. Some irregular plural nouns don't change at all when you make them plural. Moose stays as moose. Okay, so if you're still writing everything that's on this page, push pause. When you're finished getting everything on this page, you're going to turn the page and you're just going to finish this part. Pants stays as pants. Fish stays as fish. Scissors stays as scissors. Deer stays as deer. Sheep stays as sheep. Okay? Irregular means not regular. The IR, the prefix IR means not. All right, so push pause. Make sure you have this written down. You'll need all of this down, especially when we do our test. You're going to need all of this written down. So make sure you pause the video and get everything written down that you need to have written down. And then you have spelling after this. So make sure that you go to Spelling City. And let me close this out so I can see you. Or you can see me. I wish I could see you. There we go. You have Spelling City. We're on list 6 this week. So make sure that you finish all of your activities for Spelling City and study for your test. All right, guys, I will see you over in our math lesson after you've done some spelling. Thank you.